Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Tassos Kalimos. Happy to be joining you guys for another edition of Monday Night Football Best Bets here on the Guy Boston Sports YouTube channel. I am covering again for Ev this week. If you watched yesterday's Sunday Night Football video, I covered for Ev. He is currently on the West Coast traveling for vacation with his family for Thanksgiving. He will be back. By next week, he will be back, and he actually comes home tomorrow. So I'm just simply filling in and giving you my Monday Night Football best bets in place of his. Didn't want to not put anything out, you know, with obviously F being out. There's no excuse why we can't put more content out. I'm just sitting around doing nothing, so no excuse why I couldn't jump in. So guys, happy to be with you guys here. Some of you might know me. I'm on the channel. I do a bunch of other stuff. I do my own videos, college football picks, NBA player prop parlays, play action takes. I do H to H with Ev. I do a bunch of stuff here on the channel. But if this is your first time with me, happy to meet you guys. Happy to introduce myself to you guys and give you guys some picks here for this Monday night game. Apologies for this video coming out a little later than normal. Again, kind of got called in last second to jump in and fill in for Ev. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into the picks. Here are my Monday Night Football best bets for Bears Vikings. And starting off here, guys, might be a little bit of a controversial take here, but I do love, and this is what I am taking for my first pick here, is the Chicago Bears +3 on the road against the Vikings. Now, look, I know what a lot of people are saying. The Bears stink. They suck. They're 3-8. You know, Matt Eberflus, he'll be out the door very soon. Justin Fields will be out the door very soon. I hear you. I hear all that. You know, the Vikings, obviously, they have been trending in the right direction. They got Josh Dobbs replaced Kirk Cousins. He's been fantastic. You know, so a lot of things with the Vikings' positive side, even though they are coming off a loss to the Broncos. I like the Bears here for a couple of reasons. I mean, first and foremost, we haven't really seen much of the Justin Fields Bears this year. I mean, it had a really rough start to the season. But then obviously he gets hurt. And now all of a sudden it's like we don't know. And obviously before he got hurt, it looked like he was finally starting to turn the corner and put things together. And then obviously he gets hurt and it puts all that on hold. And then he comes back last week versus Detroit. And although they lost, the Bears played very well, right? The Chicago Bears, they played pretty well. They kept the Lions within check. The Bears should have probably won that game. Unfortunately, you know, an inexperienced, younger, not the best coached team, that's what will happen to you, right? They blew it against the Lions. They should have won that game. Justin Fields looked pretty solid in that game. That's a big reason why I'm taking the Bears here is that I do think Justin Fields, maybe the Bears don't think they're playing for anything. They're 3-8 at this point. Probably losing. They're not going to the playoffs. Losing more and getting a better pick would be better for their long-term options and the long-term plans. But Justin Fields is playing for his job here. He hears all the rumors, right? The Bears, obviously, no secret, they own that Panthers pick, which is probably going to end up being the #1 overall pick in the draft. And on Justin Fields' side of things, he's fighting for his job right now, right? He hears all the calls for Caleb Williams or Drake May. You know, he hears the Bears drafting, you know, the rumors they might draft a new quarterback this year. And I do think that gets to him. I do think that's a part of it. I know some people might say, oh, that's not true. That's not a factor at all. I think it is. Justin Fields is playing, whether it be for the Bears or his next team, he is playing for his NFL future here. So this is massive, and obviously on a massive primetime stage, Monday Night Football, what better chance to show the nation, the world, the league what you can do than on primetime against a Vikings team that a lot of people have liked. They've been betting on consistently. They are a feel-good story, right? Started the season off horrible, started turning around, then they lose their quarterback, and then they trade for Josh Dobbs, who's just a super likable guy, and then he takes them on a nice string of wins. You know, there's a lot of reasons why people like the Vikings, and for good reason. They have a really good offense. Their defense, a lot better than I thought they would be this year. So I understand the reasons. There's a lot of reasons to like the Vikings. They are at home here. But these NFC North games can get a little crazy. There's a reason why the spread is where it's at. I do think Chicago will cover. I don't want to say they're going to win. I don't want to put that on that just yet. I'm probably not going to touch money line. I do think this game stays close. I think this is a one-score game regardless. I think Bears do cover here +3, and maybe they even win the game, honestly. I could see Justin Fields. This offense is not bad. They don't have a great offensive line, but he does have some weapons, right? They have DJ Moore, who they traded for in the offseason. He's been fantastic. When he and Fields are on this field together, it's been pretty good. Justin Fields and Cole Kmet, they have a pretty good partnership. They still have Darnell Mooney. Like, they have weapons for Justin Fields to utilize. And defensively, obviously, they traded for Montez Sweat at the deadline. Defense is a little bit of a problem, but they do have some pieces on the defensive side. So I do like the Bears, and I do think this Vikings team, as good as they've been, and even that Broncos loss, they were solid. I like the Bears here to cover and put on a performance. These NFC North division battles, they don't go the way you think. Everybody probably thinks the Vikings, and honestly, the logical answer here would be Vikings, but I love the Bears here in this spot. So Bears +3, that is my first pick here for the Monday Night Football slate. Now, where I'm leaning for the total here, it's kind of tough to tell. A lot of people seem to be taking the over, which I understand. The Vikings defense, again, I think they're better than anyone expected them to be, but they're not a great defensive team. And the Bears defense has been very questionable all season long, although they've gotten a little bit better. There's a reason they blew that lead versus Detroit and gave up 31 points. This defensive, this team is not fantastic. I am going to take the under here, though. Under 43.5. I think this game stays close. It stays tight. Again, I think Chicago covers the spread. I just don't see a lot of points being scored between these two teams. Josh Dobbs, is he a great story? Yes. Is he a solid quarterback? Yeah, I think he's proving that. Is he a great quarterback? I would not go that far. And although they have a lot of weapons and Justin Jefferson, I'm not really 100% sure if he'll be back today. If he is, obviously it's just another piece of this offense. I just don't see there being a lot of points. I think the Bears will keep it close. I think the Bears are going to run the ball quite a bit with Fields and with Foreman and with Herbert. I think they're going to try to control the pace of play, control the clock, and do their damage in that way. I like the under here, 43.5. Now, guys, I'm going to wrap up the show with a same game parlay, but before I do that, I'm going to give you one player prop to bet straight and one anytime touchdown prop to bet straight before we dive in to that same game parlay. And for the touchdown prop, I'm going Justin Fields, anytime touchdown score, plus 165 odds. Pretty solid odds here. Again, I do think Justin Fields is going to do quite a bit of running today, as well as throwing. I think he's going to throw it a pretty decent amount, but I do think he's going to do some damage on the ground today. Again, this is the Bears playing for their season. This is a lot of people playing for their jobs, their futures, specifically Justin Fields. I think he's going to show out here on primetime. I can see him getting a touchdown on the ground. So give me anytime touchdown score, Justin Fields, plus 165 odds. And guys, I'm actually going to give you guys a second anytime touchdown player prop. Again, your choice if you want to choose it. There's two touchdown props here from the Bears side of things that I really, really like. I like Justin Fields, anytime touchdown on the ground. I also really like here DJ Moore, anytime touchdown score, plus 180. The last three games that Fields and Moore played together, in which Justin Fields started and finished the game, he has scored a touchdown. And that's what I think was so frustrating and so upsetting, if you're a Bears fan anyways, about the injury to Justin Fields, was that he and DJ Moore finally started to get that connection, it feels like. And then obviously he came back this past week versus Detroit, and it looked like they picked back up right where they left off. So I do like him to score a touchdown here. And going off of that pick, my straight up player prop here that I like is DJ Moore over 66.5 receiving yards. Now, it is minus 130 odds. That's at least what I got it on DraftKings. So the odds are a little bit higher up, but I do think this is pretty much a lock. Him and Cole Kmet are his two favorite targets. I think DJ Moore is going to get thrown to quite a bit in this game. And I think 66.5 yards is a pretty safe bet. So DJ Moore anytime touchdown plus 180. That's a straight bet. And then DJ Moore over 66.5 receiving yards. That is its own straight bet for this game. And finishing up, guys, we have a same game parlay to close out. Now, I know you guys are thinking, man, you're heavy on the Bears tonight. I am. All my picks are Bears heavy tonight. I'm expecting a lot of things from Chicago. Minnesota, I know people are going to ask, well, where's all the Minnesota stuff? Why aren't you betting any props in Minnesota? I just really like a lot of value from Chicago tonight, and so I'm leaning on that side. Not to say that there isn't any value on any Vikings props or anything like that. I am just leaning on the Bears. I see a lot that I like from the Bears side offensively. And so from this same game parlay, we both have both the legs are Bears picks. And so for the first leg, guys, I am going Justin Fields over 56.5 rushing yards. Again, I think Justin Fields is going to be running the ball quite a bit. I like this prop a lot. For him to get about 50 to 60 yards rushing, I don't think is that crazy, to be entirely honest. I like the spot quite a bit here. Over 56.5 rushing yards for Justin Fields. And for the second leg of this same leg parlay, I am going with DJ Moore over 4.5 receptions. And when you put those two together, you get a same game parlay of plus 202 odds. Nothing too crazy, but also we're taking a little bit of risk here. To see DJ Moore finish with 5 receptions or more, again, I don't think it's crazy. The last few times that he and Fields have played together, he has gone off. And on the Fields' side, again, playing for his job, playing for his future in Chicago and the NFL in general, I do think that he's going to do whatever it takes, and that includes running the football. I could see him having a very big day on the ground, 70-plus yards. But I'm going to take it here over 56.5. So, guys, those are my picks here for Monday Night Football. Again, apologies for getting this video out so late to you guys. Got called in kind of last second to sub in for Ev. Appreciate Ev for the opportunity to fill in for him. I'm always happy to fill in for Ev and help him out. He's a great guy, and to give me this opportunity is fantastic. Guys, thank you very much. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Check out the description, the link in the description below. We have a huge sale going right now for Fade Me with the holiday weekend, with Cyber Weekend, all that stuff. Go check it out. We got a ton of great merch and apparel and all that stuff on the Fade Me store. So make sure to check the link in the description below. Check that out, guys. Until next time, I hope you're all winners. Enjoy Monday Night Football. Bears, Vikings.